just a second. Let's get to Austin in San Jose. Austin, what's happening, man? You're on the road, sir, on 95.7 Game.
Hey, good morning. Good morning, guys. Great conversation. Listen, Shasky's on fire today, Vontae, in his Warriors takes. The previous caller talked about kind of interim moves they should make. I think he was right on with DeMar DeRozan, someone like that. I've always loved Brandon Ingram as a potential piece for the Warriors. I look at Naz Reid and the player that he's become. I mean, those are the kind of guys that I think we miss and we don't have just in terms of look and feel on the Warriors. And the good news, to Shasky's point, is that, hey, the young guys, the drafts recently have been really good. And the more encouraging thing is look at Pods. He actually has a lot of value now, whereas before, none of our rookies had any value. So if you look at Pods, Kuminga, Moody, I don't think Moody has much value, although I did hear a couple of years ago when they were looking to move Weissman that San Antonio had a lot of interest in Moody. I don't know if they still would, but that's something to watch, Bonte. But I think they should go ahead and do the interim move. Go get a 1A or 2 now.
So
forget about what Steph wants.
Yeah, so 1A, 1B, in your opinion, would be a DeMar DeRozan or a Brandon Ingram?
I think DeMar DeRozan, Bonte, would feel more like a 1A than Ingram. I think Ingram could become, but look, nobody ever saw Naz Reid. Nobody ever saw Naz Reid becoming the player that he is now, too. So we got to go find that. We got to go find that guy, man. That's my opinion.
Yeah, longer, athletic, wing defenders, and a low post presence. Now, the Naz Reid thing is very fascinating because he was undrafted. And Mully knows him from recruiting him at St. John's, and apparently he's dated a girl, went to St. John's. I don't know if they're still dating or whatnot, but the whole backstory of Naz Reid is very interesting. And then we saw Naz Reid up close and personal, starting with the season with no fans in the crowd, right after the pandemic. And Minnesota came in for a baseball doubleheader. I'll never forget it. And it was like, man, this is some sloppy basketball. What the heck's going on here? They just got a bunch of dudes running and jumping, athletic. Then Naz Reid turned into a player. And we watched him cook the Warriors a couple years ago. Then last year, he had a monster first quarter. He dropped at least 20. It was like, damn, ain't nobody guarding him. Nobody can guard him. And then you see what he does in Game 7 in the fourth quarter for Minnesota. Look, that ship is sailed with Naz Reid. Trust me, every team in the league wants a Naz Reid. When Austin brought up DeMar DeRozan and Brandon Ingram's a good player. I'm a little disappointed in what I saw from him this season. He wasn't as healthy. He still looked frail. He didn't have the greatest Olympic game last year in the FIBAs. And KD played the system that Steve Kerr wants to employ. I don't know if he can. And then DeMar DeRozan is a scoring first guard. He's not going to play defense. And I don't think he's a 1A. I think he's a great third option.
Could they do with Brandon Ingram what they did with Wiggins and just kind of, ring the towel for every drop?
You can. Look, I would rather have Brandon Ingram than Andrew Wiggins at this point.
You would?
Yeah, younger player.
Okay.
I think he can handle the ball better. He can shoot better. I think he's a willing defender. Can he be the defender that Andrew Wiggins was during that championship run or that he is right now? I don't know. But I think just to shake it up, yeah, I'm here for it.
Can he play alongside Kuminga?
I think Brandon Ingram could.
Or would Kuminga be a part of a package to acquire
It may be part of a package because Brandon Ingram is valued around this league. So you may have to move a Kuminga and a Wiggins for Brandon Ingram. And are you willing to do that for Brandon Ingram?
Are you? I'm hesitant, but I think I'd probably do it.
Can I get another piece back from them? And what would
what's
that
the
other
backup point guard's name? Alvarado.
I was thinking about Alvarado.
But you already have Paz.
I was thinking about Alvarado, and then I quickly pivoted to Jonas Valanciunas. But I believe Valanciunas may be a free agent, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
And getting the big.
So you like Alvarado like I do?
I'm an Alvarado fan.
Hey, he knocks down shots. He's got energy. Fan. I like him a lot. But Paz does a lot of the things he does.
He does. I like Jonas Valanciunas, too. You could play him off the floor, but for 15, 20 minutes, I do like him.
No, he's a banger.
I do like him. He can step out and hit the three as well. Let's go to Brent and Concord. Brent, what's happening?
It's Brett Casino Matrix, Monte. How are you, buddy?
Brent, what's happening, man? What is happening?
My man knows how to get in. Let's go.
I get in where I fit in, Playboy. Hey, you're gonna be in Martinez on Wednesday at the Copper Skillet. I'm gonna stop by and see you.
Yeah, well, we'll be at Copper Skillet Thursday morning. But I'll be in Martinez Wednesday afternoon. I'm gonna stay over tonight. I'm not I'm not waking up super early to drive out to Martinez in the morning.
So you're staying over Wednesday night?
I'm staying over Wednesday night. Copper Skillet will be at Thursday.
Okay, copy. Yeah, because I'm definitely going to come by and see you then, man, because I just got a condo in Concord. So,
big
we'll
baller.
Yeah.
Wow.
Con, we need to talk real estate then.
We make boss moves, Ponte. Hey,
I like you, Brad. I like you a lot. You're my type of guy.
God made a gift.
Boss.
Yeah. I like that DeRozan move, though. I really do. I mean, he's another closer on the court at the end of the game. If we could get the right pieces without giving up the farm, man, I like that. I like DeMar. I'm just saying. I mean, getting a guy like that with Steph and then spreading out the offense there at the end of the game, that could be something. That could be something to think about. But,
all right. I'm thinking.
What's he? Is he 34, 35? How old is DeRozan?
I'm just pulling up DeMar DeRozan right now as we speak. He is 34 years old. He'll turn 35.
So you can get
35
older.
In August.
So you're replacing one 35-year-old guard with another 35-year-old guard.
Basically.
Eesh.
Got to 24 a game last year. Played really well.
He's a good player.
Caruso thought he should have got Clutch Player of the Year. He was in a conversation. He had a lot of big moments. But if there's anybody from Chicago I want, you know who I want from Chicago. It's Kobe White. They're never trading him. Not at that
I
contract.
thought it was Lonzo.
I'll take Lonzo. He's working himself back.
Another point guard?
Another point guard, 6'7".
They just picked up his option.
They did. He's working himself back. He may play next year. He may play next year.
I mean, the poor guy.
He may play. You laugh at it and say poor guy.
I do. I feel bad for him.
No,
like his body has been giving out on him.
He's been working out. He's dunking now. He said he's at 70%.
I like Lonzo. From what I've seen via social media, I like the way Lonzo conducts himself contrasted to LaMelo. I think LaMelo's too much for me.
LaMelo's out there.
He might be a better player.
Hey.
I like Lonzo's.
Look.
I just think Lonzo's a little more mature.
DeMar DeRozan is a nice player, but damn it, the boat was missed on Kobe White. Kobe White makes $12 million a year. Oh, he's so good. Is he a superstar? No. But he's young. He's athletic. He could do all things on the floor. He's a baller, man. He is a baller. Let me look at DeMar DeRozan. He is a free agent. So what's he going to command on the open market?
The Warriors wouldn't be able to sign someone outright like that.
And let me see. Let me look at his cap hit here. Let me see his contract. Yeah, he's an unrestricted free agent. Unrestricted free agent. DeMar DeRozan. He's probably going to want one big fat payday before it's all said and done.
The NBA and their paydays. Everybody, how much money has he made in his career? Please look that up.
Hey, you know what? Everybody does
I need
it in every
one
sport.
more big
What's wrong with that, though? What's wrong with that? All these guys should be getting it. The way these owners treat, some of these owners treat these players, some of these organizations, when they ditch you, whether it's football, basketball, baseball, hell, get your money. You got to maximize your money. You're a radio. You got a contract. You're getting up there, and you're saying, hey, what fat contract?
Ponte. Us normal people could not fathom the monopoly money that is in professional sports currently, and okay. I'm pleading to you to not compare you and me.
Yeah, but okay.
Trying to make ends meet.
Well, you always compare the normal life to these players, and I say, hey, they don't live in the real world. They live in a different world.
How many hundreds of millions?
257 million.
But what's wrong with him wanting one more payday? There's something wrong with that. Maximize your value.
He's been a good player.
Generational wealth set your family up for 100 years, 200 years. Nothing wrong with that. All these players should do that.
I think he was the victim of playing in a very deep era, too, because his best years were 2015, 2016, a lot where there's the Cavs, there was the Warriors' dominance. Yep. Obviously, you saw the LeBron and him playing in the Eastern Conference Finals a bunch of times, like Kyle Lowry and those guys. So, as I do my Stephen A. Smith here. So, underrated, I think, in his career. You see his all-time scoring lists. Like, he always gets left off those lists that used to look at, right. Wow, DeMar DeRozan, he's up there in all the record books.
I think of him and Lowry coming up short for the Raptors.
Against LeBron.
You know?
And then I think
it's not his fault, but yeah, you're right. He does get lost.
I think of him while I was in Cuba getting traded for Kawhi Leonard.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, whoa, what's going on out here? Let's go to Jeff in the City. He's bringing up a name that nobody's brought up yet.
Oh.
I like this.
Oh.
And I like this player.
Okay.
Jeff, go ahead. The floor is yours.
What's up, Bonte? What's up, Shasky?
What's
hey,
up?
Yeah, so I was looking at so Tim Kawakami wrote an article that's kind of like putting out the wish list of targets, and two names I liked was DeJounte Murray and Jalen Smith, and so I haven't heard them get brought up. I like Jalen Smith. I know San Antonio Jalen Smith was a good defender, can play make, can take the ball away, take some of the pressure from Steph, can dribble the ball, can create. And then Jalen Smith, I like the comp Tim Kawakami said was basically like a younger Otto Porter Jr. with less wear and tear. And I think he said you could get him for like a mid-level. That might mean not re-signing Clay. I don't know how it works with the whole salary cap situation, but to get that mid-level, I think you don't have a lot of. You probably need to cut some salary in addition to if you're taking on DeJounte Murray's salary. But DeJounte's salary is not that bad too. It's inside $30 million, and you have him under contract for a few years.
So you talk about Jalen Smith. You talk about Jalen Smith was he's with the Pacers right now.
Yeah, with the Pacers.
Yep, out of Maryland, the young man out of Maryland. It's not bad.
Shooter, big guy.
Yeah, interesting series for him coming up against Boston. But Jeff, I do like the DeJounte Murray name.
Does he play alongside Steph?
I think he could play alongside Steph.
So you would keep Pods in that situation
as a backup.
So you'd have 3 under 6'4", 6'5" guards. I hear you. You got to get bigger elsewhere. Can DeJounte guard your Anthony Edwards and your Lucas and your Kyries?
I don't know if he's doing that. And I don't know if there's a player you're going to find to do that. They're hard to come by. There's 29 other teams looking for those type of players.
Well, currently you have that with Wiggins. Whether you think he's elite at it, lost a step, whatever. Currently he is doing that. And Kuminga, you want to be able to do that.
How about Jackson said, Bruno? That would be a good spot to host. Yes, Jackson said, Bruno, that would be a great spot to host.
We love Jackson.
650 Xfinity Mobile Text Line. They're partners here. All right, let's go to Scott in Richmond. This is going to be very interesting here. Scott in Richmond before we pivot to Giants. Scott, what's happening?
Hey, how's it going? Thank you for taking my call. I was just thinking, I don't know if this would be interesting to anybody, but trading Wiggins for Dante DiVincenzo, since he had the third most three-pointers last season, and he obviously works well with the Warriors and that organization. What do you think about that?
I love DiVincenzo. I don't know. What did he get, a $12 or $13 million deal? It's like in the teens, I believe.
A 4-year, $50 million deal. Well, per year.
I think it's per. It's like 13, 14, 15.
Yeah, 4-year, $50 million.
Yeah, 4-year, $50 million.
Okay,
yep.
So the Knicks would get, Wiggins would be a nice piece for them, actually.
OG Anunoby, Andrew Wiggins, but I don't see that happening. I don't see.
Plus, then you bring in.
He's not leaving the Nova boys.
Yeah, I don't see that at all.
And
he's an East Coast guy.
Perfect.
He loves
in
that New
this
York
family.
market.
Dante DiVincenzo is a hero.
Me with the Italian market. Come
He's
on,
amazing.
Man.
So DeJounte Murray, 6'4", 6'5", and the Hawks. Grant Liftman's Hawks. Shout out Grant Liftman, Landry Fields. They've got the #1 overall pick. Now, will they build around DeJounte Murray
Who
or
is the
Trae Young?
overall pick?
Atlanta. Just said it.
No, I mean.
Who is? We have no idea.
Alex Sarr, I think, is the guy from France.
Yeah, that's what they're saying.
Okay.
So, which is why, to Kendrick Perkins' point, I would like to get to know these guys. Help us out, ESPN. Maybe I'll just watch NBA TV from here on out. Learn about the draft. But they got to make a decision on Trae Young. Where's he going to go?
Lakers.
Oh, gosh, what a terrible fit.
It feels like it.
Spinodi, you ready for that?
Sure, why not? Get JJ Redick as the coach, too. Let's just lean into it.
You know what the best part about that, like if he goes to the Lakers, the team barber is going to get paid the same amount of money for half the work.
There you go. Because his hair's fading away.
Well, him and LeBron.
Yeah. LeBron's just grown back. He's making a comeback, Bonte.
The fact that you think LeBron is using the team barber for his haircuts.
It's a joke.
Yeah, I know it's a joke.
LeBron paints his hairline on.
I was going to say,
he's got his own. You ever see the
Benjamin
shop?
Moore.
Bronny Blitz is his guy. Bronny Blitz.
Oh, is it?
Oh, Guru's guy, too.
Yeah.
Guru goes to the same guy as LeBron?
No, he doesn't go to the Bronny Blitz no more. Bronny Blitz is out of his price range. Bronny Blitz is on the
still waiting on Draymond to join that show.
He did, didn't he?
That was because of Subway. Different.
Hey, it is what it is. It is what it is.
Real quick, by the way, we were talking about DeMar DeRozan just scoring and him being a fit maybe with the Warriors. All-time points scored. He's number 31 and only 100 and let me do my math here. Actually, less than that. Less than 100 points more than him. Stephen Curry, number 30 all-time. So right next to each other in the all-time scoring list.
That's crazy. One guy did it without taking threes. Wow. That's pretty crazy.
Old school player.
But he did go to the free throw line a lot.
He does draw fouls. Oh, it's fascinating. All these names, trying to think about who to fit with the Golden State Warriors and who's going to be here. How's it going to look? How different it's going to look? I think one thing that Warriors fans have all agreed on, though, is that Chris Paul is probably no longer part of the situation. He is gone.
Did you see the referee that refereed for 32 years come out and say, they asked him, who was the biggest jerk, essentially, in the NBA?
And they said Chris Paul.
And he said Chris Paul. That did surprise me. It's one official.
Yeah, and they're basically doing this think piece on Scott Foster.
Oh, here's the think piece. I think he's been a crook for a long time.
Well, the players have said he's been the second worst ref behind Tony Brothers. And by the way, they came out with the crews for the conference finals, and they're all on there. Mark Davis, Scott Foster, Tony Brothers, Gucci Man.
I'm so upset.
Ed Malloy. I mean, the list goes on. And Scott Foster, what game was he just...
It's the greatest drop ever.
Scott Foster was on, he was doing Game 7 with the T-Wolves and the Nuggets. And boy, I was petrified.
Those last couple of minutes
were incredible.
Yikes.
Well, he gave the fifth foul to Cat, and Cat was going to kill him. Then Cat goes to the bench, and Naz Reid comes out.
Edwards getting hacked. No call.
And then they call the blow-on foul like a second later.
Exactly. And then Andre Iguodala's tweeting like, come on, Scott, if you got one more time to blow that whistle. Like, Scott, chill, dude.
Hey, but
chill.
I signed up to watch the officials. Me and Dibley, we're sitting on our couches wearing striped shirts.
They're so bad.
Go officials.
They're so bad. So, this is interesting here. Speaking of Brandon Podolski, real quick before we pivot, I just saw this here.
Sounds so beaten and weathered.
Thanks.
Podolski said his offseason priorities are becoming quicker laterally and vertically, being more explosive, not having to rely on tough shots around the rim. He's watching Brunson, Luka, McConnell tape as players who are effective around the rim that aren't supreme athletes, expanding his mid-range game, becoming a more aggressive three-point shooter, working out his shooting off the dribble, off the ball screen, out of DHOs, dribble handoffs, and catch and shoot. So, hey, he's got his priorities in order.
Other than that, he's working on everything.
I love that.